What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today, or I guess yesterday, the Phoenix Suns took a dub over the Sacramento Kings. It started out very rough. They were down 17, I believe, at halftime. Came back, got the dub. It's freaking great. It's looking great. I'm happy. If it sounds like I got a stuffy nose, it's because I do. It's okay. Drop a like in this video, subscribe. Let's get into it. We'll get into it here. The Phoenix Suns came back from a 17-point deficit going into the half. The first half of the game was honestly just the Kings. It was the Kings game, honestly. The whole first half, I was thinking of the worst possible scenarios of what could happen for the Phoenix Suns. And I was like, can Devin Booker really do another year of this? I was in a very dark place, but I pulled myself out from that dark place. I rallied behind this team. I didn't turn the game off. And here we are. You know, I've been at this for too long, and yeah, and this team just showed honestly more effort and just energy tonight than they have the past 2 years, I feel like. And that's not a knock at any of the guys that were on those teams. I just feel like it just wasn't there. They just didn't have it. And this team, they have it. They have that energy, they have that defense, they have that hustle, they have that heart. If you were looking at the past 2 years teams, if they were down 20 plus points, I think they only came back one time against, I think that was against the Kings as well. But how many times have the Suns went down to 20? And you've heard Eddie Johnson in the broadcast saying, well, the Suns just got to get it to 10 here. They just got to get it to 10 to make it a competitive basketball game. That's an Ernie Johnson impression, or Eddie Johnson. It's not good. It's not good at all. And I hope he never sees that. But like I was saying, like, how many times have you heard that in the past couple seasons where the Suns were down 20 plus points, and Eddie Johnson, I don't know why I get those two mixed up, but Eddie was on the broadcast and he was like, the Suns just got to get it to 12 to make this a competitive basketball game here, Kevin. And yeah, they quit. It was over, and that's not to knock any of those guys, like I said, and it's looking good now. It's looking promising. Yeah, and the Suns are going to have a lot of games like this, especially for the first like 30 games. We're going to have a lot of games where the Suns just like down and out of it, but they're going to pull themselves out and come back. But just kind of speaking about like the first half in general, the Kings just were getting everything. You couldn't touch DeMar DeRozan at all on defense. Book picked up like 3 fouls just off playing defense on him. Absolutely insane. DeMar DeRozan's pump fakes are absolutely insane. I believe NBA players will make bets, especially with the rookie guys as well, that it's like $100 every time you jump. And I think it was one of the Thompson brothers that I heard that from last on like a podcast or interview. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan, one of my favorite players, absolutely killed it from the mid-range. But then the Suns, you know, they started getting on him, made him shoot outside shots from the 3-point range, took care of that. But they were just, it was like the ball had a magnet in the rim. They just could not miss. It was absolutely insane. Everything was just a green light. Like it was, yeah, it was, if you watch the game, yeah, it was terrifying. But the Suns ended up coming back locked in. I don't know if Jordan Knott gave like a Coach Carter halftime speech, but the Suns pulled their head out of their ass and they got the job done. That's all that matters. I'm going to get into some player performances here. I'm going to get a little bit critiquey. The first player we're going to be talking about here is Mr. Devin Booker. Now, I'm on record, one of Devin Booker's biggest fans, biggest supporters. Love the guy to death. Shout out, Book. But I'm also his biggest critique. And I'm only his biggest critique because I know which kind of level of player he is and what high caliber player he is in this league and what he can do. He is the franchise guy now. I know his first option has been questioned within this franchise for the past 5 years, it seems like, ever since CP was on the team. He's been the number one guy. He's been the number one guy with Chris Paul, maybe not with Kevin Durant, but it's always been his team. And now he's officially, to the public eye, the first option, if you may. It's a big year. It's a big year for Book. This is a big stepping stone. It's a new chapter for him to write. No pun intended. I know it was hilarious. Comment down below if that was funny. But yeah, it's just, this is the most complete Devin Booker we're going to see. Playmaking wise, had a lot of great passes. He only actually, now that I take it back, I think he only had like 3 or 4 assists. But he had a nice pass to Grayson Allen, you know. Book's going to draw a lot of attention on defense. A lot of teams are going to collapse on him. The chance for him to kick it out The shooters are going to be ready. Brooks was 9 for 24. Who gives a fuck? He could have shot 20 more shots. That dude's a killer. And that's just what he needed. He just needed to be the aggressor in the first half. Shots weren't falling. Eventually, he got under control, and he hit the shots down the stretch when we needed them the most. Ryan Dunn looked, I guess I shouldn't say phenomenal, but he looked great. You know, he's jumping around in trampolines out there, dunking the ball, playing great defense, and he hit the first 3-pointer for the Suns for the season. So if that was a bet, I guarantee nobody was getting that. But overall for Book, you know, I feel like we do this every year. Book is usually off to a slow start the like first 2 weeks of the season, and then he gets into Armani mode, and then everybody's like, oh, that's Devin Booker. And you know, this is like I think the 4th time he scored 30 plus points in a season opener, if I'm correct. I don't have that stat off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, he became efficient towards the end of the night. Free throw line just wasn't looking good. I blame Amari Stoudemire for breaking the one at the start of the game. That new tradition they're starting here. I don't know why they didn't have Amari do like a dunk or a layup, you know, something that he could just make instead of a free throw. Yeah, you know, I feel like Book wasn't too aggressive in offense. I feel like he was just kind of a shell of himself in a weird way. Like, I just feel like he wasn't playing like Book. And then eventually, like with 30 seconds left in the game, he got to the left wing, or I guess the left block there on the mid-range spot in this called game. Book it. It was ball game. Yeah, the bigs looked great. Mark Williams was a monster. I kind of expected him to kind of have a big performance. It just happens whenever the Suns get a new center and they debut. Look at Nick Richards last year. I think he had like almost 20 and 20 in his first Suns game. Absolutely insane. And Mark Williams played great for limited minutes. And a lot of people were like, oh, why did Mark Williams not start? Yada, yada, yada. Dude, he is coming off injury. He only played like 40-something games last year. It's going to take a minute for him to work into the lineup. I feel like a lot of people didn't really catch on to this, but there was a reason Grayson Allen and Oso Ighodaro were started in those preseason games. Like, Grayson Allen will eventually go back to the bench once Jalen Green is back, obviously. I don't know if Jalen Green's going to start right away either. Maybe they'll work him back into the lineup. I don't know what the timeline is for that. But for Mark Williams, I feel like that was evident. I feel like that's something that was really something that I feel like that shouldn't even be a conversation, to be completely honest here. But the bigs looked good. Nick Richards, not too much to say. Mark Williams was just kind of stole the show there. Kamal Malawak didn't play at all, which that's expected, you know. Royce O'Neal looked great. He was kind of the spark for the Suns. I gave him cue the motherfucking clip.
That's my dog. Take that. That's my dog. Say that right, Mom. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog. That's what I'm talking about.
Royce O'Neal is that's my dog player of the game. Hit a lot of big shots down the stretch to get the Suns back into it. Ultimately, maybe the stat sheet doesn't show what impact Royce O'Neal made, but he was ultimately the guy for me that was like, wow, you know, he made a lot of big threes for the Suns getting back into it, and ultimately have a lot of respect for Royce. Grayson Allen and Colin Gillespie, the exciting whites, that is the nickname I am claiming for them. If you have any Colin Gillespie, Grayson Allen nickname duos, drop it in the comments, because I'm starving for content. So please, I liked what the Suns did tonight. If we could just forget about that first half of basketball, move past that. I'm not even gonna really talk about it too much more. I'm just gonna take this dub, move on to the game Friday or tomorrow against Bradley Beal and the Clippers, see if Brad has a revenge game. I know they just got their ass handed to the Mormons, or by the Mormons, so yeah, it's looking good. Suns basketball is back, baby. If you guys did enjoy this video, please drop a like, subscribe, please. You know, I appreciate it. Please join the community. Please join the journey, because it's always interesting what we talk about here on the channel. And if you are new here and you're like, what did this guy talk about for 10 minutes? Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.